On guys, it's your boy PS239 Riverboy, and I'm back at it again with another video on a look under the hood of the Pepe Vault. So I like to do these videos showing you guys everything that I've been doing the past few weeks, well, since my last video, so you guys know that I'm actually still working on behind the scenes pretty much every day, and sometimes I take little breaks because it actually costs a bit per like string or line of code that I do. So I do take little breaks in between each session. So lately I've been fixing like a lot of the bugs and like issues where it's not reading or registering things properly, and it mostly had to do with some of the old servers that I had and the transition. So I had to basically iron everything out and make that all good. And that's what I did like 2 weeks ago. I did some of that. And then I waited till I stacked up some money to be able to pay for some more features. And then I added some battle animations to the battles, and I added a visual cue to let you know if someone is in a battle waiting. I added battle timers, effectively getting fixing the queue, kicking people out, refunding, and there was a couple battle stuff. And I extended the limited timers from 1 month to 3 months, and then I extended the fire sales timers from 1 week to 1 month. I wanna um I wanna have to not be able to keep updating new NFTs every week or every month. When the app first came out, that was cool because we had like no collectibles, but now we have a large collectible, like a large amount of collectibles. Now let's make the collectibles a little bit longer to purchase. And I know some users complained that they didn't have enough time to collect all of the collectibles in a set, because if you collect all of them, you get a 1% increase boost on the whole set. So I added some new cyberpunk themed weapons and gear and accessories in the auctions, and I tweaked the auctions to last a little bit longer because I also did have a couple complaints about people bidding, but 24 hours wasn't enough time for them to collect their payment so that they can outbid someone else again. So I increased the time, and I was thinking about increasing the time again because I actually added a new feature. It's called the bid boost, and it actually cuts your time in half each time you press it, because it's 3 days, and then if you cut it, it'll cut it in half by like a day and a half, and then it'll cut it in half by like another 12 or 16 hours. So then you'll have like a little bit less than 24 hours on your timer after you hit it. So my intention was that if you're outbidding with someone over and over and over, and then like say you can get the timer down, like they haven't outbidded you yet, maybe they're waiting for their payment, and then you can double bid boost and then like basically cut the timer to like an hour, and you can snipe the auction because they start at 1 year and they can go all the way up to less than a year to 2 years before they get sold. And those are the better ones because they don't have decay. After a certain amount of time, the collectible decays and it starts giving you half as much daily pay as it would before. And that's once it reaches its ROI cycle. But the ones you achieve in the auctions don't decay. So they just keep paying, and they basically are going to be the ones that a lot of people are going to want to have in the future. So that's probably why everyone is going ham on them now, because they already know the power of them. And even if you do buy one at 2 or 3 year ROI, after 1 year, it's just going to still keep paying the same rate. So then say we keep the app and the app runs for another 10, 20 years, they would have gotten well beyond all of their ROI, and they're pretty small. They're only like 3 mil or like less than 100,000 pepe. And once you get into crypto, you can actually double and flip your pepe by just staking and botting. So it's not that hard for me to keep flipping and doubling the stack. So that's why I'm not too upset or worried about those small auction pepes. Maybe if I had bigger ones, I'd be a little bit worried, but I'm not too worried about those right now. So I was fixing some of the sales and collectibles. Wanted to make sure the times ran out, and then once the times had stopped, that they like officially sold out in the store. And then I added a new factions um, into the game, or basically into the app. Once you log in, you will be split into a separate faction. It's going to fairly split everyone evenly between power and members. So what it is basically almost like clans, but you guys have faction raids where if it's basically like a free-for-all where your faction goes up against other factions in these raids, and then the winning faction splits the earnings of all of the participants from all of the factions. So these can get really rewarding if they start getting really active. And I actually did some new changes to, what was it? No, I scrolled a little bit too far down. Yeah, so I did some changes to when I added factions. I added new stats for a luck stat because I wanted people to be able to have a better chance of winning, even though they don't have very expensive collectibles. So like I'm thinking about making another like game per se, but I'm still in the testing phases of that. And somewhere around, yeah, I don't know how I scrolled so far back, but I'm pretty much somewhere in the testing phases of a new game that I'm trying to make. And once I get that ironed out and I'm on the planning phase, then I'll let you guys know more about that. So I actually upgraded and added some new academy quizzes about factions and stuff like that. So I'll actually show you guys in a minute. So I adjusted some mint counts on the pepes because they didn't seem right, because some of them were off, and I needed to figure out what was wrong with them. And then I added some verification files. Alright, yeah, this is when I started adding the ads and stuff on the site. And I did have a little bit of issues with the ads because I am new to this specific website. I don't have the option to get the ads that I want. Once I get a certain amount of traffic, I can change up the ads that I want. But I figured out that there's another website I can use and get censored ads automatically. I can decide not to choose those ads. So I actually disabled those ads because they just pop up all on top of the website, and they did have some not safe for work ads that they would post. So I kept the video ads because they do pay more than all of the other services, and I put a little warning on the ads so that users can know that these ads may contain gambling sites and adult sites. So I basically was just adding all of the video ads, links. I actually added like a milestone, so for every certain amount of ads you watch, you get a little bit of extra pepe. And then I added captchas on there too. We'll just show the captchas real quick. So we are officially now a faucet. So I had claimed the faucet pepe, and I basically give people a pepe that gives them 100 pepe a day. for free. So we got the ads. I'm not going to click an ad right now, but you could see, like, I watched a few to test it out, and you could see that when you watch an ad, it you get some pepe, and then they have the milestones. So for every 100 ads you watch, you get 100 pepe additional, and then the same thing with the captchas. You can solve a captcha, and then you can solve a captcha, and then you could, like, basically get some free pepe. So I've already solved 20 captchas, and I got 500 pepe, and as I get more interactions, I can change the cooldown timer on the captchas, because at first I could have it, my bot had it set to every 1 minute, but that would flag the system as like we were bots, so I had to switch it to every 10 minutes. But I was speaking to a representative with this specific site, because this isn't the same as the ads. The video ads is a different site, and the captcha ads are a different site. So I was able to speak to the captcha ad site, and he told me that 5 to 10 minutes is a good enough time for a user in between each captcha. So I had basically told him that I'm letting the users do captchas for small amounts of pay, and and basically he said 5 to 10 minutes is a good amount of time to have the captchas reset. So between talking to some of the managers, I'm trying to speak to the other manager to try to see what I can do to get censored ads. And then if that is not the case, I've already, so like I could show you. So H Captchas is the captcha site, Hilltop Ads is the ad site. I applied to Coinzilla, Bitmark, and 2Captcha to see if I can get some more ads, and Hideout TV, but Hideout TV is asking me for a lot of information, and that's pretty sus. So once I get verified for these 3 sites, I'm going to be able to add some more ads and some more captchas for you guys to solve. I kind of want to have the faucet part of this very active, and I actually added leaderboards for the faucets so you guys can see too. So I don't know, thought I put new leaderboards. Yeah, here it is. So we got the captchas and the videos watched already. It doesn't count any of the admin stats. So I did update the platform stats to where it shows total pepe reinvested, total videos watched, totals captures solved, collectors, clans active, auction bids, and people online at right now. And my stats don't affect the game's actual in-game stats. So it says there's total pepe deposited, and then it will say total pepe withdrawn, total pepe reinvested, and it won't use any my stats that I did, so it won't show any pepe that I invested or anything else. It'll just show everyone else's stats. And the same thing for the tournaments and the leaderboards. I'm basically banned from participating in any tournaments or leaderboards. So pretty much I did a lot of improving of the game mechanics of the battle arena. I made it to where you have a visual cue for every single slot in the arena for battles, boss battles, clan battles, wager batches, and all of that. And then I tried to basically get a bit of the ads. There were some bugs with it when I was speaking to one of the investors on the site. He was telling me that the ads weren't running for him, so I had to basically fix a bunch of the stuff with the ads real quick. And then after that, I basically got back into adjusting the timers, because I got a hold of the guy with the captchas, and I adjusted the timers to 5 minutes. And then I added the I adjusted the Pepe Academy to update the P2P course, the rules for the marketplace, and a bunch of the other things I'm going to actually show you. So the whole Pepe Academy has been reworked. So a lot of the stuff did show a little bit of wrong information, and I was meant to fix it, and I basically got to it now. So now in the Pepe Academy, you can get more opportunities to get more Pepe for learning about the site. So the main thing that I had that was kind of wrong the last time was the clan system was telling a few things that weren't right, and the battle system, which was also saying stuff about the clan system, and it was the NFTs on how the decay worked. So then I actually just got it to talk about decay on its own separate quiz, so you can actually read and learn about how decay works, exactly how I explained it to the AI to do a better representation and explanation of how decay works. I added the new factions and raid battles, a good way to learn how to deposit, withdraw, and reinvesting, and the two different Pepe types on the site where you got your deposited and earned Pepe. So now you can easily learn about that inside the academy, and then the earn Pepe for free with the vaults and the ads, letting people know that I am going to add more ad slots. So you can get a normal ad will give you 25 Pepe per ad, but then I have the gambling and adult ads, which will actually pay a little bit more for 50 Pepe per ad. So I'm probably going to keep those ones in, and then once I get approved for the other sites, I'll just add more video ad slots. So then say you can watch more than 20 ads in a 4-hour window, and then I'll probably adjust the Pepe Academy to reflect that the daily limit will be more than 20 ads per 4-hour window. So like pretty much say how I want to have it now is when you go to the video ads, it'll be like watch ad slot zone 1, and then zone 2 will be the one that has the content warning and it will pay more Pepe, and then zone 1 will be like your normal gaming ad, and then you can watch like 20 of each of them every 4 hours, because that's like the limit per user. Like that's after 20 it becomes to where you don't really get paid for watching so many ads after so much time. So you gotta and then I just spoke to the AI, and he basically said 20 ads every 4 hours per user per site. So if I can get more websites on here, I can get more ad slots for you guys to watch on here. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the same thing for captchas. I got the H captcha, and then I'm trying to get 2 captcha. So if I get 2 captcha, there will be a second captcha slot that you guys can solve, and it'll go all to the same milestone captchas, and then you'll have another captcha that you could do that will basically get you closer to the extra earned Pepe from the captchas. And they're not that hard doing the captchas, and then after so many I get paid like 10 cent. I think it's 1,000 is 10 cent, and then I think it's 3,000 Pepe is 1 penny. So after so many, you'll eventually accumulate 1 penny, and I think it's enough. I think the way I calculated with the AI is that we're just splitting the cost on the earnings, and I'm getting half, you're getting half for clicking, and I'm gonna get it as Bitcoin sent to my Pionex wallet. So I'm not gonna get it as Pepe, I'm gonna get it as Bitcoin. So I'm also thinking about adding a crypto wallet conversion from Pepe to Bitcoin, because I actually want to kind of think about diversifying the portfolio of the Pepe vault, because holding Bitcoin will be a good idea, because like say we go up like 10-15%, and then we convert 4 or 5% of the pepe volts funds into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin only drops 1%, but then pepe drops 30%. We just preserved a lot of capital in Bitcoin, guys. So that's kind of a good idea to do. And I know I'm doing bots and stuff, so I'm always getting more pepe than when I started, but I would also preserve more capital if I had a safer asset, like maybe if I was holding USDT for a long time. But with Bitcoin, it also appreciates. USDT is stable, Bitcoin is not. It appreciates with time, and there are times where Bitcoin surges and pepe stands still. So that's kind of a good idea to want to have like a little bit of our whole main pot in Bitcoin. But just a thought that I wanted to do when it came to some other features that I'm going to have do down the line. I'm actually thinking about adding a VIP program like how other sites do, where if you deposited a certain amount, you get some certain rewards and you get exclusive access to certain parts of the site. So I got to go over that, and I actually got to think about it. I want to make it nice and cool, but also fair for people who don't have any VIP levels. But I also want to give something special for all of the whales and stuff who have been with the site for a really long time. Maybe a unique, one of those unique collectibles, like maybe after so much pepe deposited, you get to choose from one of the unique collectibles from the collectible library that is sold in the auctions. I don't know. I got to think about it, but that'll be pretty cool. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. Besides what I did last night, I did adjust the prices of the battle items in the shop, and since it was like the last thing I did before I went to sleep, I haven't been able to make an update yet to compensate any users who have purchased any of these items with the old prices. So I'm going to try to figure out what I want to compensate them, either pepe back or like another maybe a couple more chests, so that I don't have to come out of pocket on pepe. But I got to think about it. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. And I want to appreciate every single one of you guys who are watching these videos and who are investing in the app and helping us stick with me through the hard times, and we're all just growing. I know watching some of your investments tank 10, 20, 30, 40% is not the best feeling in the world, but that's why I like joining in pepe, because if you can buy the coin and you always have more coin than you had the day before, that's kind of only thing that really matters to me. But alright, guys, I'm gonna hit you guys up in the next one, and yeah, let's stack this pepe together.